Welcome back to The Joy of Art with Hunter Swanson. Now, many of you have seen my first video, Paint With Me. I must say, thank you all who have watched it to help it get to 100 views on the YouTube. And today, welcome back to the 14th Joy of Art. And today, I was thinking we'd paint this lovely scene from a party. Now, of course, you're going to need your regular 14 colors that we have. It's once again an orange, yellow, a dark green, light red, dark red, purple, two browns. I like a sepia one and a lighter brown. I like, personally, for my use, I have, what is it called again? Payne's Gray, that's right. White, a black, ultramarine blue, if you want it. I just have a dark and light blue, and those will be your colors. You'll need a tiny travel brush, and your lucky number 8 today. Now let's get started painting. From what I remember, this part was the little purple. Now, I'm not going crazy with the purple just yet. I'm doing a light wash, kind of, with it. Maybe doing a little more at the bottom. That just gives it a little more depth when you look at it, because it's a flat image, but you want it to look 3D. So I'm going to wipe off my brush, like I do. And if I remember, it had a little bit of black. Now, I don't like using black personally for a lot. So I do a little bit of Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray is great. It's a light blue. It's a light blue-gray, kind of. It's quite a color, I must say. It's like a grayish blue color. It looks very nice, though, when you look at it. Now, my camera quality's not the best, but you get the idea. And then I think I will do a little bit more Payne's Gray for the actual blade. Now, I'm doing a lot of it because I'm going to go in later with some watercolor pencils. Pencils specifically made for watercolor. Now, I have some Reeves up there, and then I have some Prismacolor down there. They're pretty nice. They work just like regular colored pencils and stuff, but they kind of flow in with watercolor, while regular pencils don't. Now, I'm just doing the lid on this, once again, using Payne's Gray, because the lid was gray. Well, silver, but I am still just a young artist. I'm teaching you what I can, and you guys can learn from the masters and learn along with me. Now I'm taking some dark red. I believe this is Alizar Crimson. Now I'm putting it in the jar of pickles. Gonna make it a nice red. Now you might say, oh, that looks light. Yeah, it is. Because I didn't put a ton. I put too much water. So I'm gonna do another layer with less water. And heck, maybe a third coat. Let's be adventurous. Let's do a third little coat of that red. Let's wash off our brush. And let's, of course, we gotta wipe out all the color. Otherwise, the colors are gonna bleed together, and we don't want that. Now, maybe, I think I'll do a little bit orange. Little dabs of the orange all around. Now, it's just gonna make it pop in some areas. It was a little orange from what I can remember. Orange is always a real great color for that. Now, I personally, for this composition, I'm going to do, like, it looks pretty good right now. I'm gonna grab the travel brush, or you don't really need the travel brush, you just need a brush that's tiny enough. to get in all these little spots I have for all the little pickles that are in and that you can see. And then I'm going to do some shadows. Now, how I personally like doing shadows is I take a little bit of purple and I do a very, very, very light wash in the area. And as it goes down into the more shadowous part, I guess, I do a darker coat of it with, like, no water at all. It only helps it out a little bit, but it still makes it look good. Even for the blade. Put it at the bottom, where there's more shadow. Now for these background colors, they're important to do. I personally do them, because my standard palette, it's not gonna cut it really. So what I'm gonna do is let's see, I have these praying watercolors. Probably remember these from episode 1, and a lot of the earlier episodes used them. So we're going back with them with our lucky number 8. We can get our brush wet, tap it off. Now, I'm thinking the pickles are very spicy. I'm going to use, personally, this praying orange, because it's going to be very bright. And I'm just going to apply that gently to the background. Going to make sure to thoroughly coat it. And it's going to give it a nice look to it. Now for the other one, keep in mind the thing is purple. Our main focus of subject. It's purple. But our other background color was orange. So I was at a baseball game here. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but keep in mind, let's just wait. I was at a baseball game. The two colors people associate typically with sports and sport-related events is blue. And that got me thinking, blue and orange go together well. Well, do I have a baby blue? Could use this. Could water it down a bit. And, it looks good so far. So we're just going to apply this to the background. And let's see how it turns out. If it doesn't turn out well, that's fine. Because I can go in later with some colored pencils. Or crayons. Or any other medium to get the job done. I must say, that blue did not disappoint. The coating that I did looks pretty good. Of course, wash off your brush when you're done. I think I'm gonna go in with a white watercolor pencil just so I can make things pop a little bit. Now, make sure they're sharp. Make sure your area is dry where you're working. And I'm gonna just color in where I want a little bit of a highlight that I can't get with some watercolor. And that looks pretty good from what I can see. It just went along with the edge of the blade. And then over here, just on top of it. Just on top of it. Maybe go a little over there. Oh boy, that looks quite good. And that is just another day of painting. And oh boy, that painting does look good. I'll see you next time on The Joy of Painting.